The cancellation of Colbert. A political move or just business? Is the cancellation of a popular late-night show just a business decision? Or is it a calculated move to silence political dissent? This is the question that's sparking heated debates across the nation. The recent decision by CBS to cancel Stephen Colbert's Late Show has left many scratching their heads and others raising alarms. But here's where it gets controversial. Could this be more than just a financial call? Let's dive in. CBS announced the cancellation of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, citing financial reasons. Despite being the most watched late-night program, the network claimed the show was losing between $40 million and $50 million annually due to falling ratings and declining ad revenues. Sounds like a straightforward business decision, right? Not so fast. The timing and context of this move have raised eyebrows and concerns. Colbert's rise to the top of late-night TV was fueled, in part, by his sharp and unapologetic critiques of former President Donald Trump. His monologues, which took aim at authoritarianism, misinformation, and corporate cowardice, resonated deeply with audiences. In fact, Colbert's show became the go-to platform for Americans seeking comedic relief from political despair. But here's the twist. Just days before the cancellation, Colbert mocked CBS's parent company, Paramount Global, for a $16 million payout to Trump. Coincidence? Many are eyeing it. And this is the part most people miss. Paramount Global is awaiting FCC approval for a massive merger with Skydance. The FCC chairman? A Trump appointee. Brendan Carr, known for swapping his American flag lapel pin for a gold medallion of Trump's profile, now holds the power to greenlight or derail the deal. When corporate incentives align so neatly with political interests, should we be worried? Critics, including politicians like Senator Elizabeth Warren and the Writers Guild of America, have voiced concerns about potential political retribution. They argue that silencing a prominent critic of the Trump administration, especially at a time when media consolidation is on the line, smells like a quid pro quo. Even Jon Stewart, Colbert's former boss, warned in his 2022 Mark Twain Prize speech that comedians are often the first to be silenced in societies under threat. Is this a canary in the coal mine for democracy? Let's be clear. Late-night TV is evolving. Ad revenues have plummeted by nearly 40% since 2018. And viewer habits have shifted dramatically. Colbert himself acknowledged the changing landscape, thanking CBS while also criticizing the network's anonymous leak about the show's financial struggles. But the question remains, why now? Why Colbert? And why does it feel like more than just a business decision? Trump, for his part, couldn't resist glowing. He took to Truth Social to celebrate Colbert's cancellation, quipping, "Absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings. I hear Jimmy Kimmel is next." Is this just trash talk or a chilling foreshadowing? Here's the bigger picture. When voices willing to challenge power are systematically silenced, whether through defunding public media like NPR and PBS or canceling shows like Colbert's, democracy itself is at risk. The real victims aren't the comedians or journalists. It's the audience, the public, the people who rely on these voices to cut through the noise. At what point do we stop calling this just business and start calling it what it is? Strategic silencing. So what do you think? Is this cancellation a legitimate financial decision or something more sinister? Are we witnessing the slow erosion of dissent in the name of corporate interests? Let's keep the conversation going. Because if this isn't political, then what is? David Letterman blasts CBS for pure cowardice in Colbert Show cancellation. In a bold statement that has stirred the pot, David Letterman has publicly criticized CBS for what he describes as pure cowardice following the network's decision to cancel The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. This long-standing late-night program, which has been a staple of television for years, is now facing an abrupt end, and Letterman believes that the network has not only mishandled the situation, but has also shown a lack of respect for his successor, Stephen Colbert. During a recent appearance on the podcast, hosted by his former executive producer Barbara Gaines, Letterman, who originally created The Late Show over 3 decades ago, expressed his disbelief regarding CBS's justification for the cancellation, which they attributed to financial difficulties. He did not hold back in his criticism of both CBS and its parent company, Paramount, for their approach to this controversial decision. "This is pure cowardice," Letterman stated emphatically. "They did not do the right thing. They failed to treat Stephen Colbert, the face of that network, with the respect he rightfully deserves." Adding fuel to the fire, Letterman also took aim at Paramount's recent $16 million settlement with former President Donald Trump concerning the editing of a 60 Minutes interview featuring former Vice President Kamala Harris. He argued that this move indicated a troubling disregard for the principles of a free press, suggesting that the company was prioritizing corporate interests over journalistic integrity. Letterman speculated that the impending acquisition of Paramount by Skydance Media played a significant role in the decision to cancel Colbert's show. He suggested that the new owners wanted to sidestep any potential conflicts with Trump, who has been a vocal critic of Colbert. In his critique, he referred to David Ellison, the founder of Skydance, as the Oracle Twins, implying that they were more concerned with avoiding controversy than upholding the values of free speech and expression. In a hypothetical scenario, Letterman painted a picture of a conversation between Skydance executives and CBS leaders, where the latter might have been pressured to eliminate Colbert due to his outspoken criticism of the administration. So they say to the CBS people, "Geez, what about that kid Stephen Colbert? He's always shooting his mouth off about the administration. We don't want any trouble from that guy," he imagined. So the CBS people say, "Hey boys, here's what I'm going to do. Not only are we going to get rid of that guy, we're going to get rid of the entire franchise, so you don't have to worry about another guy. It's gone, buddy." Despite reports indicating that The Late Show was losing approximately $40 million annually for CBS, Letterman questioned the validity of this financial rationale. "Here's what I know. If they were losing this kind of money, you're telling me losing this kind of money happened yesterday?" He challenged, "I'll bet they were losing this kind of money a month ago. I'll bet they were losing this kind of money 6 weeks ago. Or they have never been using money." This situation raises significant questions about the intersection of media, politics, and corporate interests. Are networks compromising their integrity for financial gain? What does this mean for the future of late-night television? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with Letterman's assessment, or do you see the situation differently? Let's discuss.